Guys, I'm about ready to do my ice plunge. You wanted to see it? Here we go. We're going to go live. I have my Morozko Forge tank all set to go. And boy, oh boy, it is quite icy. I want you to see all this ice that is in here. So I'm about to put my whole body into this. And if you haven't seen it, I'll back up so you can see the Morozko Forge. This is the ice tank that does the ice baths. And so it's a beautiful tank. And you can see it's full of ice baby. So if you ever wanted to see somebody freeze their butt off, you're about to. And I'm not really looking forward to this. I'm just going to say this is a little bit intimidating because I haven't done this cold yet. I've done ice baths before, but I've never done this cold. And I'm looking in here now, 33.8 degrees is the temperature of what I'm about to go into. And again, I will show you all that ice. Look, there's big chunks of ice in here. And I threw some extra ice in there to make it extra cold. Not looking forward to this, but I've never done this cold before. You want to see it? Want to see me torture myself? Let's look at my chickens in the background. Hi, chickies. All my chickens out there. All right, guys. So you wanted to see this. We're going to set it up here, and we're getting ready to do a polar plunge. And part of what makes this hard is it's actually cold outside today as well. So wish me luck. I'm going to see how long I can last. Because I've done ice plunges, but I don't usually go this cold and this icy, so. All right, here we go. I got a timer over here. That is cold. That is so cold. Ah! Ooh. Ah. Oh. Ah. Ah. All right, it's not so bad. That initial sucks. When you first get in, you're just like, holy shiznit. But it's all right. I think it's all right. I was in here the other day when it was 45 degrees. My feet are coming up. I was in here the other day, it was 45 degrees. And I stayed in for, 20 minutes? So this is much colder than 45. This is literally 1 degree above freezing. All right, I've been here in here about a minute and a half. I actually don't mind it, but it does get intense. I got a lot of prickly fingers and hands and my feet. Yes, if you're just joining us, I have decided to make myself a can of beer today, hanging out in a water cooler with lots of ice. Woo, baby! Oh my gosh. Believe the hype, guys. Believe it. Believe it. You get into an ice tank. It's intense, but it's cathartic. This thing is 6 foot long and I'm 6'3", so I finally have a tank where I can put my whole body in it all at the same time. All right, so let me tell you some of the sensations I'm getting. So the hardest part are my hands and my feet. So I guess that's where you lose a lot of heat, is out of your hands and feet. And so obviously the intenseness of the cold is going to hit that before it hits much of the other thing. I will tell you, the other day when I was in here for 20 minutes at 45 degrees, I only got out because I couldn't feel my feet anymore. And that was a weird sensation. But yeah, this is the Morozko Forge, by the way. It makes its own ice. Here's some of the ice that the Morozko Forge makes. And I threw in some extra ice from Sam's Club. And yeah, just wanted to take a dive into this. If you've never done cold thermogenesis, as you can tell, I'm not stuttering, I'm not really shivering. I am cold, but I'm not shivering. It's funny watching some of the other people get into the Morozko Forge or some ice tank, and they're just like, and they're like freaking out. I'm like, chill out, like breathe. Because once you're in, basically the hands and the feet are the only thing that are kind of, the rest of it is not bad. And yes, my feet keep wanting to pop up. So I'm going to scoop down a little bit. So I've been in here now 3.5 minutes. And as shocking as it may sound, you actually start to get a warming sensation. Now I'll remind you, if you came in late, I am at 33 degrees in this water with all this ice. Lots of ice, baby. 33 degrees, and I've been in it for almost 4 minutes, and you actually start to get warm. Now, I will tell you, my hands and my feet still very cold, but the rest of my body, I'm feeling that warm sensation come on. And I'm doing fine. I don't have any problems breathing. I know some people, they're averse to cold. Oh, I couldn't help that, couldn't handle that. And actually, it's funny, if you have trouble with cold, this is the perfect thing for you. You get in this and it actually can help warm you up. Seems so weird, doesn't it? But you get in here. I'm now approaching 5 minutes. I got about 15 more seconds till 5 minutes in here. I'm just trying to see how long I can stay in. So far, so good. And yes, if you're just joining in, do not adjust your camera. Jimmy is inside of an ice tank with a ton of ice. This is the Morozko Forge. I just got it in the other day, and decided to take it for a test spin with you guys here today. This is the first time I've been in here since it was 33 degrees in the tank. And yeah, I'm doing great. Still got the tinglies in the hands. Hands are getting kind of numb. I can't really feel them anymore. And I probably should pay attention to that. And my feet, they're starting to get pretty numb, so I probably should get out pretty soon. I'm at just under 6 minutes. I'm going to go to 7 minutes the first time I ever do this. A lot of people, they get in, they're in for 2 minutes and they're out. But I'm going to go to 7 minutes, which is right at it. 1 more minute, I'll be in here. And look, you don't need to stay in too long because you're getting all the benefits. And there's so many benefits. Go look up cold exposure, cold thermogenesis, ice baths. You'll see it all over the internet, all the benefits. But I love the inflammation lowering. I love the fat mobilization, the brown fat activation. There's just so many reasons to do this. And plus, it feels good for the body to be able to do this kind of thing. And the more often you do it, the better. Now, what I will likely do, I have in the background back there a hot tub. I will likely pop into the hot tub not too long after getting out of here to help push it the other direction. So kind of pushing your body to the extremes of cold and hot. All right, I'm 10 seconds away from 7 minutes. So I'm going to start to work my way out of here. I definitely don't want to trip on camera coming out of this ice tank. All right. Woo! All that ice, you guys. Man, oh man. I'm trying not to slip on the ice getting out either. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Oh, holy crap. Woo. Oh, you can see the vein in my eye popping out. Look at that, you guys. That's from that cold. I have never seen my eye do that before. That is wicked. Woo! Yes, ice, ice, baby, says Middle Level Forest. All right, so yes, I'm very likely going to go into the hot tub because, let me stop my stopwatch. I made 7 minutes. That's the first time ever doing First time ever doing a polar plunge at 33 degrees. I've done obviously a little warmer than that, but never that cold. So we're gonna pop into the hot tub here. Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna get in. Whew. Let me take it off of the stand here so I can talk to you guys. If I can get my hands to come back. I don't have any feelings in my hands, you guys. My hands are literally frozen. All right, let me put one hand under the water while I talk to you with the other hand. Oh my goodness. Ice baths, yeah, baby. So I've been wanting that Morozko Forge for a little while. You guys know that follow me. I actually bought it back in August, and it just now got here this week. So, but man, it definitely lives up to the hype, because it is cold. And if you came in late, you missed it, go back and watch this over again. I was just in 33 degree temperature water for about 7 minutes. I'm trying to get my hands to come back to life. They're still very frozen. I can feel my body under this water. And what's amazing, you would think a hot tub, it would be painful to go from that cold into the hot tub, but no. It's a weird sensation. I'm getting kind of a cooling sensation over my body being in here now. It was funny. I was warm in the ice, and now I'm getting cool in the hot tub. Somebody tell me, one of you physiologists tell me, how does that work? When you're in the ice, you feel warm, but when you're in the hot tub, when you're cold, it makes you feel cool. It's kind of weird. All right, let's see what comments came in while I was in the ice. This ought to be funny. Jen says, frozen emoji, chattering teeth. Yes. Jacob says, you can do it. I did it, brother. Bulletproof Coconut says, go Jimmy, with the ice emojis. Linda says, oh, I'm so glad you're showing us you are braver than I am. I don't know about brave, maybe sillier and crazier, but yes. Deep breath, said Jen. Yeah, I actually see a lot of people talk about, before going into an ice tank, I'm going to go down a little bit to get cool there, that they do lots of breathing. And I didn't find that I needed to do that because I'm pretty well adapted to cold as it is. In fact, at the farmer's market this morning, some of the vendors were like, you're wearing shorts and t-shirt and it's cold. Are you crazy? I'm like, no, I'm just used to cold. I can handle cold. That pushed the limits of how I handle cold, what I just did. But yeah, I know a lot of people do the breathing before they get in. And of course, in the water, doing some Wim Hof kind of breathing and other things. I've never needed that per se. I handled that pretty well, I think. It's 7 minutes the first time I'm in there. I'm not unhappy about that. You Are Ketovore says, crazy, LOL. I love it, though. It's crazy, but it's crazy good for you as well, which is why I did it. Del Norte, you're a brave man. Yeah. I have the tank now, so I'm going to be doing a lot of these polar plunges. It's one reason I wanted that tank is if I had a tank and it's ready whenever I want it to, it makes its own ice. All I had to do was fill it up with water and it makes its own ice. And then it maintains that temperature, whatever temp I want to put it on. So I stuck it on 33 degrees because I wanted to feel what would the intensity of just a degree or so above freezing be like. And now I know it's very intense. And you don't even have to be in there very long. Like I stayed in 7 minutes. A lot of people, they'll do a 2-minute plunge in the morning and then maybe a 2-minute plunge in the afternoon. And that's what they do. And to me, if you're going to be in there for 2 minutes, be in there for 5 or so minutes. But by 7 minutes, my hands were so numb and my feet were so numb, I had to get out because I don't want to not feel my extremities. That's unsettling. So, middle of a forest, ice, baby. Del Norte says you look like a popsicle in there. Yes. Yes, yes. Does it help you sleep? That is great, Del Norte. Absolutely, it does. So a lot of people, they do the plunges about an hour or so before bedtime, and yes, it does turn on a lot of the mechanisms that would help you sleep. So my Oura Ring broke on me, so I don't have it to track. But I have a feeling when I start doing these more and more, my sleep will get deeper, along with some of the other things that I do. So yes, it does help with sleep. Angie says, I just relax when I walk into the sea. Good for you. Yes, it's very relaxing to be not in the moment of first getting in. It's not relaxing, but it is something that if you go from the extremities of a cold plunge over to like a sauna, which I do have a sauna, I didn't turn it on, but the hot tub does the same thing, getting warmer and maybe going back and forth. One of these days, very soon, my schedule's about to slow down pretty well. So one of these days, I'm going to try to do a back and forth between hot tub, ice, sauna, ice, hot tub, ice, sauna, ice, and like not a long time, like do 1 minute session in the ice, but then come warm up for like 5 minutes and then go back to it for like a minute and then come warm up in the sauna and kind of go back and forth. That would be interesting because I know in a lot of European spas, they have that ability for you to go from one extreme to the other. And it produces so many great benefits. You literally feel all that intensity in your body start to lift. Like even now, just sitting here, I'm almost fully warmed again. I can feel my toes again, and my hands, I can feel my hands again. It's an amazing kind of sensation of that peace and calm that just comes over when you use these extremities. Del Norte wants to know if it helps with anxiety. Absolutely. People that have issues with anxiousness, that you throw them into an ice tank, and look, that's a stressor. When I was in that ice just a moment ago, and those of you that just joined, if you missed it, I was just in 33-degree water over in my Morozko Forge tank, and it's intense. It gets really intensely cold. You're going to have to concentrate when you're in there. And I think some of that redirects some of those thoughts that may cause the anxiety that you have. And it definitely helps. I'm in my hot tub now, warming back up. And I'm almost all the way back warm again. But I want to show you guys, first time I ever got into my Morozko Forge, when it was on 33 degrees here today on my tank. I definitely will be doing those early and often. I know my bud, Mike Muscle, Metabolic Mike here on Instagram, he does a plunge in the morning right after he wakes up, and then another one towards the evening right before he goes to sleep. So it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. I'm going to try to pay attention to see if my body gets sleepier quicker than it normally would. I'm just really curious about that. That would be really interesting to even anecdotally pay attention to. But yeah, I've been doing ice baths, not that cold, but ice baths for a little while and cold showers for a little while. So this is stepping up my game, you guys. So if you've never done a polar plunge in 30-something degree temperature water, don't start there. People, when I first told them about getting this tank, they're like, oh, I could never go into ice. I'm like, yeah, you don't start with the ice. You start with cold shower and try to see how you do in a cold shower. And then from cold shower, then maybe you put ice into a bathtub and you try to see how you do there. And then if you like that, maybe then you get a professional tank like this and you crank it down to see what you can tolerate. That's literally the coldest I've ever been in an ice bath before. That's the coldest I've ever done. 33 degrees. And literally any colder, it's going to be a solid sheet of ice. So you can't really go too much colder than that. But 33, I will tell you, is quite intense. Don't ever start that cold. Start with the cold shower. That's definitely cold thermogenesis intro is a cold shower. And it doesn't even have to be for long. Just kind of rinse off after you take your shower. And I did that even before I came out here. I took a shower, and at the end of the shower, I turned it down to the cold, and I let it rinse on my body for a couple minutes. So I could already kind of prime my body to be ready for this. And for a lot of people, that's a good start for them. And then maybe you want to graduate. But even in these cold months, it lets you tolerate the cold a little better as well. So I love it for that reason too. But I'm feeling really kind of calm and zen right now. So if you've ever kind of had that kind of feeling, that's what I'm feeling right now, just from that 7-minute session in the cold. Now, sometimes what I've done, and when I've gotten out of ice baths, is I will drip dry while I'm still super cold. I could tell when I got out of the tank that I needed to warm up, especially the extremities, and that little thing on my eye. It calmed down. Did you guys see that little vein on my eye popped out when I was in there? I think my body was like, dude, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. Del Norte says I'll have to consider trying. Yes, work your way up. Do not jump right to an ice tank if you've never done anything like this before. This is not for the faint of heart. But I hope you got a nice laugh out of this video here today. Now you can say you've seen somebody jump into 33-degree temperature water, and it was quite intense. Curious how you will sleep with the full moon. I don't ever have problems, I don't think, with the moon cycle messing with my sleep. Honestly, I've never even given it a thought. And I have blackout curtains, so I don't even see the moon when I'm sleeping. So who knows? We'll find out soon. But thanks for watching, you guys. If you came in late and you missed me being in my Morozko Forge ice tank, 33 degrees. You can still see all the ice sitting on top of it. What was funny was when I first got in, all the ice like rose to the top when I first put my body in there, and some of it spilled over. And so go watch that if you missed the beginning of this video. That was funny. So all right, guys, let me get out of here. I'm still warming up. We'll see you again soon.